Hi guys, hi everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Chrissy and in today's tutorial we're going to go about the making of this beautiful wrap top. So if this is the first time coming across my video, thank you so much for stopping by. Please hit on the subscribe button, turn on notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I upload new video. So guys, the picture in the center was the inspiration and I achieved mine with these two videos on the side. So if you want to learn how I achieved this, you want to go on this process with me, keep on watching and let's get started. So guys, I'm gonna first cut the back piece. After cutting the back piece, I'll use it to cut the front piece. Okay, so ensure your fabric is on a fold just like you see me did here. Now determine the length of your top. I want mine at 18 inch plus 1 inch for allowance and I have 19 inch there. After that, I came down by 9.5 inch. This is for my bust line. You can also call it a bust point. Once you're through with that, divide your shoulder by 2 plus half an inch stitching allowance. Go ahead and mark. Okay, mark half of a shoulder measurement plus half an inch stitching allowance. After that, come down by armhole depth. Mine is 7.5. I've already marked, and I'm also going to mark the half of the shoulder circumference here. Also go ahead and connect the dots this way. Okay, so after connecting, I'll mark 3 inch for my neck width, and I also come down by half an inch for my shoulder slope. Okay, so once I'm through with that, I'll just connect it to the neck width and also made my curve for the armhole depth. Okay, you can see I came inside with half an inch, then I made my curve. Can you see? Once I'm through with that, I'll also come down by 2 inch. This is for the high neckline. Okay, this is for the back piece. Remember I said it's back piece. So I am going to now include my measurement. So I marked quarter of my bust measurement plus 2 inch for seam allowance. On the waistline, I marked quarter of my waist circumference plus 2 inch for allowance and extra 1 inch for that. Okay, because I wanted to have that at the back. So I'll just go ahead and connect. Okay, so after connecting, I'll cut it out. After cutting, I'm also going to mark half of my nipple to nipple on the waistline. Mine is 7 inch divided by 2 is 3.5. I've marked it, then I also marked half an inch on both sides. I'll go ahead and notch. Okay, I'll notch the both sides like this. So this is for the dart intake. All right, so the next thing I want to do now is to go ahead and cut the front piece. Okay, so for the front piece, what I'm going to do is to fold another piece of my fabric. I'll just fold it this way, then I'm going to now place the back piece on it like this. Then I also give a space on this side, so this will now determine the wrap effect in front of the top. All right, so I have 4 inch here. You can start to make yours 5 inch if you want. After that, I'll just go ahead and trim it out, trim the side, the armhole like this, and the shoulder slope. Okay, so once I'm done with this, next thing I want to do now is to come down by the front neck depth. So for my front neck depth, I had to leave it at 6 inch. Okay, I marked 6 inch for my front neck depth. All right, so after marking, the next thing I want to do is to come up on the waistline. I'll come up by 3 inch. This is for the waistband. Okay, after marking this 3 inch, I'm also going to spot out the neck width. Okay, so you just mark the neck width this way, just make a point there. Then after that, remove your back piece, go ahead and connect from the neck width to where you marked your 6 inch. Okay, connect from there to where you mark your 3 inch. Okay, for the waistband. Once you're through with that, you slash it a little bit like this. After slashing, you cut it out. Okay, so when cutting, I had to come inside a little bit. I didn't follow the chalk exactly, so I just cut it out this way, but I maintained the neck width on the chest line. So once I'm done with that, this is what I have here. The next thing I want to do now is to show you guys how the wrap came out to look like this is the result after cutting the wrap in front. Okay, so the next thing I want to do now is to place the back piece. I am going to first make my dart, and I had to place my tape from the shoulder. I came down by 9 inch. So from the 9 inch, I'll just go ahead and make my dart from the 9 inch to this end. I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. After making my dart, guys, this is what I have here. Can you see? So the next thing I want to do now is to place the front piece right side facing each other like this. Do the same thing for the other side. Once I'm through with this, I will go ahead and sew the shoulder, okay, like join the shoulder. But before joining the shoulder, I want to trim out like 1 inch from the waistline only on the front piece, okay. You trim it on this other side. This is because I don't want any that in front of the top. As you can see, I already have that at the back, so I don't want it in front, so that's why I had to trim it out. So after joining the shoulder, also go ahead and fold this side, okay. You just fold from there to the neckline, from the neckline to the other side. Once I'm through with this, I will be back to show you guys what I have. After joining the shoulder, guys, this is what I have here. Then I also fold this side. Can you see? So guys, after folding, this is what I have here. Can you see? The next thing I want to do now is to keep this aside, then I'll work on the sleeve, okay. So guys, I'm going to be using these two pieces for the making of the sleeve. For the length, I have 21 inch including the folding allowance, and I have about 17 inch here. For the wideness, I have 17 inch, so I will just go ahead and fold it like this, okay. I'll fold it this way. Then after folding, I'll just measure what I have there. I have 8 inch, so I'll just come down by 3.5. This is for the cap height. So I'll just go ahead now to make my curve. I'll go ahead and make my curve from the upper part to this other side. So after that, I'll just cut it out, okay. I'll just go ahead and cut it out. So after cutting, guys, this is what I have. The next thing I want to do now is to open it up. Now I will head over straight to the sewing machine. Then I'm going to fold the hem part in a way my elastic can pass through, because we are going to be inserting or attaching elastic on that end. So this is the elastic itself. This is 1/2 inch elastic, so I will just place it this way. What I have there is just 8 inch, so I will just cut out like 7 inch for the elastic length, okay. What I have there was 8 inch. I removed 1 inch, so I cut out like 7 inch. I'll just measure it. Can you see I have 7 inch there? So what I'm going to do now is after folding, I'll insert it there, okay. So guys, I've gone ahead to fold and have attached or placed my elastic. Can you see how it looks? This is how it came out to look like. Now I'm going to keep this aside. Then I'll bring the body. I'm going to fold the sleeve this way, then notch the midpoint. I'll place the midpoint, I'll place the midpoint on the shoulder line like this. Go ahead and stitch with 1/2 inch. Do the same thing on the other side. After sewing the sleeve with 1/2 inch, guys, this is what I have, okay. So the next thing I want to do again is to fold it this way. Then I'm going to use 1/2 inch to sew from the sleeve area. I will use 1/2 inch to sew from there. Then I'll use 1 inch to sew from the armhole. Then I'll just use like 1.5 inch to sew down, or the 2 inch, okay. So repeat the same thing on the other side. Is either you use your 1.5 inch to sew from the bust line to the waistline, or you use 1 inch if you want it free a little bit, okay. You're also going to repeat the same thing on this other side. Go ahead and shape your top, okay. So guys, after shaping, I'm also going to fold the hem part as well. So this is the belt, okay. It has belt and the wideness is 2.5, the length is 29 inch. Can you see? So what I'm going to do now is to fold it this way. Then I'm going to stitch the upper part, okay. Then sew with 1/4 inch on this side, okay. Repeat the same process on this second belt. Go ahead and stitch the upper part, sew with 1/4 inch. After sewing, guys, this is what I have here. So I've already gone ahead to turn it outside right. So I've also gone ahead to shape the both side of my top. So I also left like 1 inch space on this side. Can you see where I left 1 inch space? I left 1 inch space, then I sewed the rest opening, okay. And also fold the hemming part. I repeated the same thing on this other side, just that I didn't leave space on this other side, but I left space on one side, then sew the rest. I did not leave space on the other side, okay. So the next thing you want to do now is to attach your belt, okay. So this is how you attach your belt. Go ahead and place it this way. At the folded part, you place your belt. Can you see? Go ahead and stitch. Repeat the same thing on this other side, then also go ahead and stitch. After doing that, I will be right back. So guys, I've gone ahead to stitch the both belts. This is what I have. Can you see how it's looking? So just look or watch how I will insert this. You just pass the belt from the inside. You pass the belt from the inside of one side of your top. Okay, so you can decide to tie at this end. You can decide to tie this side. You can decide to tie at the back. You can decide to tie it in front. You can decide to tie on the other side. Anyhow you choose to tie is definitely fine. So guys, we have come to the end of today's tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit on the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.